Question number 1. This branch of neuroscience looks at the relationship between the brain and its functions, the sum of the body's parts, and how they interrelate. The study of how the nervous system functions, typically using physiological techniques, such as stimulation with electrodes, light-sensitive channels, or ion or voltage-sensitive dyes.
Good job. Your answer neurophysiology works well here.
Question number 2. This branch of neuroscience attempts to understand how brains compute, using computers to simulate and model brain functions, and applying techniques from mathematics, physics, and other computational fields to study brain function. 4.
Exactly. Computational neuroscience makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 3. This branch of neuroscience follows the pathways of data flow within the SINs and tries to define the kinds of processing going on there. It uses that information to explain behavioral functions.
Strong choice. Systems neuroscience is the right answer.
Question number 4. This branch of neuroscience is a branch of medical imaging that concentrates on the brain. It can also be useful in the study of the brain, how it works, and how different activities affect the brain.
Sharp thinking. Neuroimaging is the right choice.
Question number 5. The science that studies consciousness and sensitivity of the brain in terms of biology, perception, and its relation to nervous system learning, namely DASH.
Valid point. Neuroscience is true.
Question number 6. This branch of neuroscience looks at how beliefs, practices, and cultural values are shaped by and shape the brain, minds, and genes over different periods.
Great job. Cultural neuroscience is the accurate answer.
Question number 7. In this branch of neuroscience, in most cases, research is carried out on laboratory animals and looks at how neurons behave in relation to emotions.
Well picked. Affective neuroscience is the correct answer.
Question number 8. This branch of neuroscience is an interdisciplinary field dedicated to understanding how biological systems implement social processes and behavior.
You're right. Social neuroscience is the correct answer.
Question number 9. This branch of neuroscience looks at how the nervous system develops on a cellular basis. What underlying mechanisms exist in neural development?
Great thinking. Developmental neuroscience is the right choice.
Question number 10. Neuroscience is a science that studies the nervous system of the human brain and all its functions using an approach DASH.
You got it? Your choice multidisciplinary is right.
Question number 11. This branch of neuroscience looks at the disorders of the nervous system, while psychiatry, for example, looks at the disorders of the mind.
Nice selection. Clinical neuroscience is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 12. This branch of neuroscience studies what neural mechanisms in the brain control the acquisition, comprehension, and utterance of language.
Right again. Neurolinguistics is a valid answer.
Question number 13. This branch of neuroscience is the study of higher cognitive functions that exist in humans and their underlying neural bases.
Solid response. Cognitive neuroscience is a valid choice.
Question number 14. Match the word with the definition. The brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life.
Clear logic. Your choice neuroplasticity is sound and 100% true. Question number 15. This branch of neuroscience is the study of neurons, including their form and physiological properties at a cellular level. Nicely done. Cellular neuroscience is a solid answer. Question number 16. This branch of neuroscience uses engineering techniques to better understand, replace, repair, or improve neural systems. Well done. Neuroengineering is the right choice. Question number 17. This branch of neuroscience is the study of the biological basis of behavior, looking at how the brain affects behavior. You chose behavioral neuroscience, and it is correct. Question number 18. This branch of neuroscience is the study of the role of individual molecules in the nervous system. Smart pick. Molecular neuroscience is the correct choice. Question number 19. In which field does the debate over the mirror neuron theory's validity and usefulness continue? Smart move. Neuroscience is an accurate answer. Question number 20. Which of the following fields is not part of the multidisciplinary nature of neuroscience? A. Excellent. Astronomy is a brilliant choice. Question number 21. Dash is the scientific study of the structure and function of the brain and nervous. Correct. Neuroscience is the right answer. Question number 22. Which of the following is not a field that neuroscience combines aspects from? Right choice. Geology is the best answer. Question number 23. Why is the physiological basis of cognition studied in cognitive neuroscience? Bravo! To comprehend the underlying processes of the mind is the answer. Question number 24. What is the study of the link between biological and psychological processes? Correct response. Biological psychology is the most accurate answer. Question number 25. What does the term levels of analysis refer to in cognitive neuroscience? Excellent choice. Investigating both behavioral and physiological levels is the right answer. Question number 26. Which is the scientific study of the mind and how it produces behaviors? On track. Psychology is the correct answer. Question number 27. Which field of study focuses on brain activity linked with cognition? Perfect. Cognitive neuroscience is the correct choice. Question number 28. This branch of neuroscience is the study of the brain using fossils. Good thinking. Paleoneurology is the right answer. Question number 29. How does cognitive neuroscience approach the study of the mind? Nice work. You chose through a levels of analysis approach, and it is correct. Question number 30. Neuroscience suggests that your brain has different dash. Well reasoned. Pathways is the correct choice. Question number 31. What is the primary focus of cognitive neuroscience? Smart pick. Investigating physiological processes is the correct choice. Question number 32. Neuroscience is the empirical study of dash. Excellent. The brain and the nervous system is a brilliant choice. Question number 33. What is neuroscience? Well done. The scientific study of the nervous system is the right choice. Question number 34. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Great job. Contact Narayan Changda is the accurate answer.